r/AskReddit. What unimpressive things are people idiotically proud of? Cars that people don't even own. This is so funny. Those guys I know back from school advertising a pyramid scheme they're getting used by on social media, posing in the exact same spot in front of the exact same car. Also, people bragging about their parents' money like they earned it personally. So many kids at my school will brag about their parents being doctors or lawyers, like they earned the degrees themselves. When I was a kid, I used to tell lots of people that my dad was a geologist, mainly because I thought it was a cool thing. However, I also knew it said nothing about me other than I could identify, with some authority, that a rock was, indeed, a rock. Name droppers who try to impress others by mentioning all the important people they claim to know. My good personal friend Pierce Brosnan gets so upset by people like this. He brought it up last week when he and I were having lunch with Batman. Far too many people are quick to brag about the fact that they paid more for a thing than everyone else paid for that exact thing. Similarly, people will brag about living in a very expensive locale, then turn around and complain about not being able to afford anything. I feel ashamed when I buy something expensive actually, and if I'm ever asked, I tell a lower price than what I actually paid. I got it on sale. I work in a weed store. The amount of people who boast about how long they've smoked, or how much they smoke, is outrageous. I bet I could outsmoke you. I have a pretty high tolerance. I've smoked since I was 12k, cool. 1 or 2 hits gets me blitzed, so tell me again why I should be impressed with your ability to smoke more and not get baked so easily. Online IQ test scores, or online personality scores. I really don't see how you can be proud that you got a specific Hogwarts house or Myers-Briggs type when you can easily just answer however you wanted to get the desired result. I got Hufflepuff and my patronus was a rat, so clearly those tests are fucking bullshit. I just got a 413 error, so I'm not so sure. Not sleeping and bragging about it. When I mention my sleep deprivation or insomnia, it's less a brag and more a cry for help. People bragging about the number of followers they have. There are people of Reddit who brag about the amount of karma they have, and it's so sad to see. Someone tried to whip that out during an argument between 2 other people a few nights ago. I couldn't believe anyone thinks that actually has any bearing on who is right or wrong in a situation, or whose point is more valid. Work bodies. The ones that never leave work. The ones that are at work 2 times more than they need to be. Then proceed to expect everyone to be like that and work that hard, especially underpaid and definitely underappreciated. Had to stop working in kitchens cause everyone had 1 to 2 guys who try to get everyone to be like Gordon Ramsay. Bruh, I'm making $20 per hour with 11 years of experience. I'm just here for the money. I'm in college. Every time I go to a party, someone brags to me about getting or almost getting a DUI. I've also had multiple people brag to me about how they gave someone else their an STD. I stay home now. Yeah, I've seen people at my school brag about how good they are at drunk driving. Like what? I don't know if I could even keep my cool in a situation like that. One of my friends was killed by a drunk driver. She was at a stoplight in her little sedan and a kid in a truck barreled through the intersection. She was declared dead at the scene. Drunk driving isn't a freaking joke. I had a co-worker who was proud of the fact that despite having 4 children, he had never changed a diaper. Someone chastised him and said he was just a bad father. Not reading a book since leaving school. I was in a master's program with a guy who was extremely proud that he didn't read. He could, but chose not to. In a master's degree program. In a land of sheep I am the wolf. No dude, you're just sheep from a different herd. A lion doesn't have to tell you it's a lion. If a lion tells you it's a lion, it's a lion. If a lion tells you anything, gimme some of what you're having. I take care of my kids. You're supposed to, you dummy. Edit, I'm referencing Chris Rock. It's a classic bit worth seeing. I ain't never been to jail. What do you want, a cookie? You're not supposed to go to jail, you low expectation having mother trucker. My wife was in a discussion at work about qualities they look for in a mate. When she said they've never been to prison, all the women were like, why not? Also, people who brag about how blunt they are, and how they tell it like it is, but are actually just rude assholes. There's honesty, and there's tact. Tact is what separates the assholes from the genuinely nice person. Honesty without kindness is brutality. Overworking. My boss has been able to use PTO for long family trips, but anytime she thinks about taking an individual day for a long weekend or mental health day, she almost always has to cancel because she's an executive and the expectation is that you're always available. Learning this changed how I view my career, and I no longer have any ambition of making it to the C-suite. All that cash isn't worth my free time. Drinking a lot. Also, bragging about how much they can drink and still drive perfectly fine. Being distantly related to royalty. Pretty much everybody is linked to somebody who was important like 1,000 years ago. Hello, long lost brother of my great-grandfather's brother's daughter's sister, mum's dad's cousin's aunt's uncle's daughter's son's cousin's brother-in-law's son's great-grandchild's brother's son. I never drink water. Congratulations? That's horrible. You know what people like this do drink? Soda, and a lot of it. Water? Never touch the stuff. Fish fudge in it. IQ scores. Bonus points for free online tests. 2x bonus if they pay money to be a member of an organization for those with a high IQ. Getting all their news from Facebook. Because everywhere else lies. The first lie a conman will tell you is that they're telling you the truth, and the last is that everyone else is lying. Big penis. Bragging about having a micropenis is always a good way to get laughs though. I had a co-worker that always said 3 inches of dick at 100 miles per hour is still a lot of dick. Taps calculator. Yeah, no, that checks out. Having a loud as fuck car. Almost find it embarrassing when people rev the engine of their car. We are in a small, sleepy town, not Monaco. I ask my wife every time if she is gonna leave me for the man in the loud sexy car. Does she ever text you back an answer from his bed?